Hi Taurus, welcome to your April 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for those of you that are celebrating this month, happy damn birthday to you. I truly hope you have a wonderful solar return, and remember to fill the day of your birthday with a little bit of everything that you want this next 12-month period to have in it for you. This is about imprinting that powerful energy, right, that is happening around your time of birth. Now, with that said, for your oh, come on, brain. Actions and interactions with the world at large, you have the Two of Swords. So this is going to be a month where big decisions are being made for a lot of you. I'm going to be really honest with you. I kind of get the feeling that you may not, like this might be one of those times where big decisions are going to have to be made on a gut hunch. Now, you know, we always say like, oh, if you're going to make a big decision, you have to do all the research and you've got to do this and you've got to make sure that you're prepared and all the rest of it. We're heading towards a solar eclipse at the end of this month in your sign. This is going to be a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. I'm really excited for this one because I kind of feel like it's going to be the best fucking eclipse of the whole damn year. Sorry, I know, potty mouth and all the rest of it, but seriously, this is the eclipse. I gotta say, out of all four eclipses this year, this is the one that I have been personally looking forward to the most. I love the energy around it. The run-up could probably be a little bit intense. I do feel like we are probably going to see some geological stuff because of it, but I do feel like for the most part, the energy around this eclipse is great. Now, that being said, you don't see everything at the time of an eclipse. And to be honest with you, you don't even see everything on the run-up to the eclipse. And this is why I say to you this month, some of the decisions that you're making, some of the choices that you're making, it's going to have to be by the feel, right? And why do I say this? The Two of Swords has a very similar energy to the High Priestess, which is hidden things revealed, things that happen behind the scenes, things that happen beyond the veil. The figure on the card is literally blinded, or is blindfolded. And this with the Two of Swords, it kind of suggests to me that like you're going to have to take the logic out of it. This is not going to be a month where maybe you have all of the facts. And, you know, if we look at some of the astrology as well, we kind of know that, right? So this is going to be that time where you do have to go with your gut instinct, where you have to listen to your psychic awareness, your psychic centered. What does your body tell you? What does your gut tell you? Listen to your intuition this month. Whenever you're making a big decision, if you think, you know what, I feel like I'm flying blind here, that is the point at which you check in with yourself and say, what does my gut say? What does my heart say? Listen to those two parts of you this month, and I promise you, even if you don't have the facts, you will always be heading in the right direction and to your own true north. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Knight of Wands, right? So this, right, big decisions being made, but big decisions that prompt movement, that prompt change, that prompt adaptation. The Knight of Wands is fiery and passionate, and it's about jumping into things. If there are things that you want to share with the world, things that you want to get started with, this is the time to shout from the rooftops about what it is that you want to do. Maybe not necessarily initiating them until the sun comes totally into your sign, but this is definitely a time where getting other people fired up about the things that you're doing, sharing stuff with the world about this is coming, I'll soon be doing this, I'll soon be putting this out into the world, I'll soon be asking for people to collaborate with, like whatever it might be. This is a great month to do that kind of work. With the Knight of Wands as well in the communication sector, you guys could be a little bit feistier than usual. You might find that this month, you know, it's like you want people to know, you need people to know things. This is also a really great month for a lot of you where Any spontaneous travel or invites that come up for you this month are highly, highly favored, especially ones that have something to do with your work or your career, or things that come left of field, right? And again, that whole intuition. Let's say somebody says to you, I want you to come and give a talk in a different country. You know, wow, wonderful, hell yes. If your gut says go for it, and they're like, yeah, but we'll need you to be here tomorrow, so we'll send a car and then we'll send a flight. You know, something along those lines, something that could be potentially quite sort of like, you want me to do what now? Trust your gut. If your gut says yes, go for it, then go for it, all right? Jump in with both feet. For your money and materials, you've got the Lovers card. It is through partnerships, it's through connections, through collaborations this month that some of your best financial opportunities will find you. This is a really good time for you to start making choices when it comes to your finances. You've got two cards here that represent choice, decisions that need to be made. For a lot of you, this is you in the driving seat. The fact that you've got the Lovers card with the Knight of Wands, for some of you, this could literally be going into business with your partner, with your loved one, maybe with somebody from your familial sort of energies. For those of you that are single, it's probably likely that you will be connecting with somebody that feels like it's a crossover. So you meet them through work or because of work, but then quickly think sort of, I'm actually kind of attracted to this person. There's something here where you are seeing things or people in a different light, and they're making you see yourself and your earning potential in a very different light. It's going to be through connections, collaborations, working with other people, thinking outside of the box, definitely highly favored. This could also be a really good time for some of you to think about spending money or finances or putting your resources into educational pursuits or investments. This is a really good time to think about heightening or enhancing the skill set that you have. For your heart and half sector, you've got the Seven of Wands. So the partner could receive you as a little bit feisty this month. And I just kind of get that feeling. I mean, you know, you've got Uranus in your sign. You're used to this by now. This is one of the things about, oh gosh, come on, Bray. One of the things about Taurian energy, you guys don't like change, but once the change has been implemented, you're like, yeah, this is cool. I can roll with this. So you've had Uranus moving through the sign of Taurus for about 3 years at this point. So a lot of you are kind of like, well, you know, I'm used to this. This is old hat now. Now that I know what it's going to bring me or how to work with it or roll with the punches, I'm going to take it on board and I'm going to run with it and make it my own. That's one of the things that Taurus is really good at. So you're used to this energy now, but you add to this that we've got this eclipse that's starting to build this month. This could make you a lot feistier than, you know, than people sort of know you to be. Especially your partner, right? Especially because a lot of what you do or the way that you are is quite consistent. So to suddenly see you being a bit more sassy or being a bit more forceful or a bit more dominant could suddenly see, you know, like people are like, hang on, what's going on here? You know, there are places and spaces within our lives to make those kinds of adjustments and just keep your people, you know, whoever they might be, in the know. Now, you've got the Seven of Wands next to the Lovers, and so this is why I say there could be some challenges or trysts when it comes to relationships and finances, but I feel like this could be a really good thing. So for those of you that are thinking about collaborating with a partner, maybe thinking about working alongside a partner or getting them to do some work for you or for your job or for your business or for the place that you work at, it can work. It's just going to be those teething problems, right? There are going to be moments where it's like, okay, this is weird and it's kind of awkward. Like outside of the bedroom, I don't want you to tell me what to do. Leave it alone, Raf. For those of you that are single, again, this could be really figuring out that someone or something that shows you or reveals your own potential to you. It could be that they give you the challenge, maybe something that they say to you or something that they do and kind of makes you go like, I should feel offended, but I'm kind of turned on, or vice versa, or maybe they give you a different perspective that makes you kind of say, okay, I can do this in a different way. I like this. It's kind of like that, you know, like that irritating factor that actually pushes you to do something. It's kind of like that. For your first week of the month, you have the Tower card underneath the Two of Swords. You're going to have to, it looks like a lot of you, this first week of the month, right out of the gate, you're having to make a very big decision on the drop of a hat. And the thing with the Tower card, and it's the same with the Fool, you don't have anything in your wheelhouse to deal with the situation that arises. So you just have to act from a place of authenticity, honesty, self-reliance. You just have to kind of say, well, you know, I've never had this experience before, or I've never, you know, come into contact with somebody like this, or whatever it might be. And because you're having to make that decision so quickly, you don't have the time or the luxury. Like, this is one of the things that I say to the people on my course when I'm running it. As tarot readers, we have seconds, minutes if we're lucky, to form pertinent sentences and readings to help people on their paths. As astrologers, you have weeks, months, sometimes years in advance where you can really think about how the symbolism is speaking to you. As tarot readers, we don't have that luxury. And so with this first week of the month, it could be a big decision that crops up and literally just hits you, and you're like, I don't know what to do here, but my gut says this is what I should be doing and this is where I should be going. Follow that. I promise you it will never ever steer you wrong. I've built an entire career on it. Okay. And I don't say that like, ooh, look at me. I'm just saying it to help you understand that trusting yourself sometimes is the magic. All right. For your second week of the month, you've got the Hermit card with the Knight of Wands. So knights are known for what? Knights are known for quests, going on adventures. Rein it in, Raf. With the Hermit card, this can literally represent a journey or a quest. This tells me that there is some spontaneous travel that's coming up for the Taurus this month. You know, this could be anything. Tower card next to the Hermit card. This could be my money. Before the eclipse even hits, geological experience of some kind. I think we're going to see something happening with, I don't want to say it, but potentially an earthquake or something along those lines. There's more that I could say, maybe a hurricane. But for me, this, because it's the Tower with the Hermit, this feels more earth to me. Like in my mind's eye, the way that I feel it is, it's like seeing mountains shake or feeling the ground rumble. And in my body, I have this feeling of things moving and shifting. And that's why I feel like it's going to be geological. Something happens on the wider world stage, but it will be more earth-based. That's the only way that I can describe what I'm intuiting. Now, on a more personal level, like I said, some spontaneous travel that comes up and you're like, yeah, you know, like you just kind of like, am I going to do this? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Go for it. I like this though. I really like this. It could be just what the doctor ordered to really shake you up. For your third week of the month, you've got the Magician card coupled with the Lovers. Your finances and resources, your money, it looks like you're creating something new. You're doing something new as we come into Taurus season. This is you really starting to get into that, yes, I know what I'm doing and I know who or what I want with me as I start to put these things out into the world. This is you coming up ranks, coming up trumps in some way. This is you seeing the wider world stage and shaping the energy around you to create more money, to bring more money or more finances in. It could also be, because this is a lot of mercurial energy. You've got the Lovers, Gemini ruled, Mercury. You've got the Magician card, literally Mercury. You've got the Hermit card, Virgo, Mercury ruled sign. That's a lot of mercurial energy, which means transactions, finances, money, all of this stuff is like starting to really speed up for you. and really starting to increase your potential earnings and or revenue. So this could be really, really exciting. And because you've got this with the Hermit, there's a sense here that you are, it's like you're tapping into or connecting with somebody that is either in a position of power or some or older person or authority that is really in the know that can help you. For your 4th week of the month, you've got the Chariot card. Don't worry too much about the frazzle that happens between you and a partner, because like I said, it could be great, all right? And it will pass relatively quickly. I don't think there's going to be, it's not like an issue that can't be fixed. It's just one that is going to see, it's going to be like an uncomfortable change, but a welcome one. For your new moon message, you have the gate 24 and returning. So this new moon is really asking you to pick back up off of a place that you have left. So if you've been doing something and, you know, progress kind of slowed down and it kind of did a bit of a lag or whatever, this new moon is really asking you to bring it back to the forefront or breathe new life into it. For your full moon message, you have the gate 20 and the now. Now this full moon is not the eclipse. There will be a separate video for eclipse stuff. With that said, the now card really is about bringing yourself into the present moment. And that full moon, because it's a full moon in Libra, this is a fellow or a sibling sign to you because you're both ruled by Venus. So this full moon really does have the potential to tap you into what you need right now in order to make things a possibility. But you've got to be present for it, and you have to have your senses, not just your mind or your thoughts or your pocketbook. You have to have your inner self open to it. That Two of Swords, out of everything that's here, I've got to say, that Two of Swords, the first card out, that's where the real power is this month. I really, really do believe that. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.